Welcome back to another episode of Brotherly Beliefs, Faith, Family, and Fun. I'm Malik.
And I'm Tristan. Join us for candid conversations about life tapestry, from the faith that binds us, family that shapes us, to the pure fun woven in every moment. So grab a cup of coffee, settle in, and let's dive into the heart of our stories in an incredible episode of Brotherly Beliefs. So, resiliency.
Yeah.
Basically how fast you bounce back from a problem, right? So, to be resilient means you were like a tennis ball, right? I throw a tennis ball at the wall, it bounces back.
Yeah.
I drop it, it always bounces back up.
Yeah.
So how do you, when you face problems, when you face challenges that knock you down, because it happens, how do you get back on that path of where you're going and where you want to be?
I'd say it depends on how difficult the problem is, you know what I mean? Because like in our past episode where I talked about where my car was stolen, that took a while because I had to obviously accrue more money and things like that in order to pay for another car. So if it was as easy as like breaking a pencil lead, you know what I'm saying? You could just easily go Sharpie. That's a 5 minute. You know how to solve that problem. With the car situation, I knew what I needed to do to solve that problem. The car was already messed up. There was not much I could do for it. So a new car was obviously in play. So it's really for me a mindset thing, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, this sucked, but I know what I have to do to get back on track, you know?
Yeah. So kind of like with that, right? So we can use videography, right? So when you are on the path of this is what I want to do, this is the career I want to my end goal career, this is what I want to do full time, and you encounter things that kind of like knock you off, kind of push you down like in an emotional, spiritual level, not so much physically. Because at the end of the day, if you don't shoot this video, your bills are still going to be paid, right? So, but you want this. So when you get knocked down emotionally or spiritually, what is your way of continuing to push through? So whether that's the Bible or your own personal internal thing.
So, all right. So when you say knocked down spiritually, does it have to be like involving videography, or is it just something that happens?
No, that was just an example.
Life?
Just an example, right?
Yeah.
When you get knocked down emotionally or spiritually, what is your process? Whether it's reading the Word or whatever, however, how do you overcome that and continue to push?
Yeah. So I'm a firm believer in God will help those who help themselves, right? So even if I was having a struggle spiritually, like something didn't add up, like when I was struggling through the miscarriages and things like that with my family, I was struggling spiritually, but I have that drive for myself. Even if I'm struggling with my faith, that's not going to stop me because I have that drive for myself. I have the help and the want of myself to get to those goals. So say if something went wrong, like with like spiritually, say if something went wrong spiritually, then it's something that wouldn't stop me from doing what I need to do, because there's times where I feel like I have nobody, you know what I mean? Sometimes I get in that state of mind where I'm like, man, I'm really doing this by myself, and I know God is with me and things like that, but sometimes you get those thoughts, and I mean, I still pick up the computer, pick up the camera, and I still go shoot, because I know at the end of the day, I have my goals and set and things like that, but is that God's plan? You know what I mean? I have dates of when I want to have things ready and things like that, but it might not even be in God's plan. So it's kind of like, it's kind of difficult to see, you know what I mean? Because you don't know what God's plan is for you until you get there. So, I mean, this is just what I have on my own, like my own plan, you know what I mean?
That free will.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And so, yeah, man. I don't know, when I'm dealing with a lot of emotion, right? If I fall deep, like in I say a depressive state, right? Where I'm in that low, like you walk into a room full of people and you still feel like, man, I'm alone, right? Yeah. I just I don't like, and it's not, I don't self-pity. It's not like, oh, poor me. It's
Right.
more of like, I'm so go, go, go naturally. Like, I'm always on the move. There's not
Yeah.
a time that I'm just sitting at the house, really. It's like, unless I'm on the game, and that's,
Rarely.
yeah. And so I'm just go, 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 and I'm so fast paced. So I think what happens when I get in that depressive state is I try so fast to get myself out that it puts myself deeper in, right? So I think I have a problem, and I kind of talked about this um, with you off camera. But when my dad died, what, in June,
Yeah. It was
July,
summertime for sure.
yeah, um, I didn't let myself like cope in any way. Like I just went to work, and I was working 16 hours a day, 4 or 5 days a week, making good money. Like
Yeah.
I was making decent good money or decently good money, and but I never dealt with those emotions. I never dealt with those feelings, and I was putting those feelings in other places, trying to deal with things, and then it became one thing on top of the other, and then I'm sitting in this position where, damn, if I don't deal with this, then it's only going to cause more issues.
Right.
And so now I'm not only dealing with my dad's death, I'm dealing with the 10 other things that also came on top of it, right? Because my dad died, went back to work. Now I'm not giving attention to Caitlin. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. And this drives me and Caitlin apart. And so, how do I, like, and I can't be mad at myself.
Yeah.
And in no way does that make me question God in any way. These are all, again, free will. Like, I'm putting
Yeah.
myself in these positions, and the only thing that gets me out is reading the Word
Yeah.
and reminding myself that someone's been here,
Right.
because that's the truth. There's 8 billion people in the world now. People die and are born every day. I don't know how many people have been alive on this planet, but somebody, at
Yeah.
least one, has been in that same position where they just feel like they're drowning in emotion or finances or whatever it may be. But someone's been here and someone's gone through it.
Right.
And so, I don't know, man. It's just kind of, I just find it harder sometimes. I don't
Yeah.
know what
The,
better way to explain it.
yeah, I know. It was kind of hard for me to explain too. Like I still don't think I got my like actual point
Yeah.
across when I was saying it. I don't know. It's really a big subject. It's like you can't really just pinpoint it, you know what I
Oh yeah,
mean?
and that's what the army tries to do, right?
Uh
Or and they do a really good job, right? Because resiliency ties into a lot of things, right? Not
yeah.
not allowing your problems to overcome your life, where, right? So it's part of our like suicide prevention stuff in the army and stuff like that, right? Because suicide's big in the army,
Uh,
really big. 20, I think it's 20 people who have served or are serving commit suicide a day. That's a lot.
yeah.
That's almost 1 an hour.
Mhm.
Um, and it's crazy. So I don't know, man. It's just, how do you, when you're in such a low spot, how do you get yourself out? Like, and everyone there's a million different ways to do so, right? And find the good, right? That's a big thing, right? And so when you're put in a crappy situation, you hunt the good things.
Mhm.
So, man, it's raining today, but I have an umbrella, right? So
Mhm.
my whole thing was like with my dad, right? So my dad passed, but what good things came out of it? I met his dad for the first time.
Yeah.
I have a support system.
Mhm.
I have a wife that loves me, fiance that loves me, like, and so, man, I don't know.
Yeah. It's for me, I think I don't fall as hard because I know I have God and Jesus Christ in my life. I feel like for others that don't have him in their life, they they don't know who to rely on or who to come to, you know what I mean? So it just puts them in that worst state of mind. For me, I know I'm like, okay, I know it's just the season right now. Like I know it's gonna get better. I know God's got me. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I know if I'm going through something right now, or if I'm in a bad situation financially or anything like that, I know it's gonna be better days. So
Yeah.
it's just you got to be a soldier for God, like in that time. So I don't
Trust the
know when.
process.
Yeah, exactly. And when I'm in that state of mind, I know it's like it's not for long. Like not too long ago, I was in that state of mind where I was like, man, like nobody's really there for me. You know what I mean? Like I really get it myself and things like that. And sometimes I feel like that's just the devil putting thoughts in my mind because I know there's people that's there for me and things like that. But sometimes I feel it like way worse than like most of the time I don't feel it, but there's sometimes where I feel it way worse.
You can always call me.
Yeah. And same for you
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
And like I've said in previous episodes, I hardly ever reach out to anybody. So I'm part of the problem too, as much as I want to say it's others, you know what I mean? But
I'm really bad at getting back to people.
yeah, me
I've
too.
been nope, I can't say I've been better at it. I haven't.
Yeah.
And I don't do it maliciously. Like it's not like I'm intentionally thinking like, nah, I'm not talking to him.
Right, yeah.
Right. There are people that I'm like, no, I'm not texting you back. But most of the time it's not like intentional. It's not like I'm intentionally ignoring people. It's like I said, I live a fast paced life and
So easy to get sidetracked.
yeah, I don't even like, and it's not like, I don't know. It's just
Yeah. And I've never really been as far as like talking about my feelings and things like that. I've never really been big on talking about my feelings. I can sit and talk with somebody about their feelings. Like I can give the best advice that I can, just me personally and things like that. But when I'm in that like in a bad situation or whatever, it's hard for me to just say what's on my mind.
you should work on it.
Yeah.
Genuinely,
I
and
should.
that's
Yeah.
not like BS or anything like that, right?
Right.
Because I was the same way, right? I bottled everything up.
Yep.
Nobody knew anything about me, what I was going through. Nobody knew. Like I would just disappear,
Yeah.
right?
And that's not healthy.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Right? Because then it puts me in positions like
Explode.
like a crazy situation. The night we talked about last episode, right?
Mm.
And so even the way I started, right? I'd find a random person, a stranger, nobody, like somebody I've never met in a random place, right? Old people, right? Old people, like 65 and up club, retired, best people to talk to. Find a random person, they'll usually listen to you, right? So mall, and you want to go to another city and do it, that's what I would do because I have a tendency to run away and drive until I figure out a place. Until I can, I'll tell you what it really is. I'll drive until I can't stay awake anymore, and then I'll book a hotel, and then that's just where I end up. Not healthy, and your bank account doesn't love it. But right, I'd drive to a random city, and I'd go out, and whether it was a bar or the mall or whatever, and just find an old guy that was just by himself, and just, hey, can I talk to you for a minute? Spill out whatever's bothering you, whatever you're going through. They'll give you great advice because they've been alive for a long time. Chances are they've been in a similar situation, and it's just relieving because you're talking about whatever's bothering you. Talking about it is gives so much relief.
Yeah, man. Old people, they really, and not to say old people, but elderly, you know what I mean? They, like you said, they lived a long time. So it's really cool because I'm not going to say elderly, I work with older people. So,
Elders. They're your elders. They're older than
yeah,
you.
yeah, they're your elders. Yeah. So, I work with my elders. Anyway, so whenever I get a free chance from work or whatever, I just sit and talk with them, see what they've been through. You know what I mean? Just see what their life is like. If I have a problem, like you said, just talk to them and things like that. And it's just wisdom that comes with age. You know what I mean? And the more you talk to your elders, the more wisdom you get
Yeah.
at a younger age. So you get more wisdom on top of the wisdom that you're already going to come across in your own lifetime.
Yeah.
So it's always a good thing to talk to your elders and things like that, just to pick their brain, because they're going to have a talent or something like that that you might want to learn. And like when they're gone, that knowledge is gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
Even like mechanics and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of things that they know that
Like
a lot of
tricks.
people don't know.
Tricks of the
Exactly.
trade. Or,
Yeah.
Yeah, tricks of the trade.
Yeah,
I
there's a
think
lot
that's
of
what it's
people
called.
that don't know how to change a tire. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's crazy.
yeah, exactly.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
so
I think
just
AAA ruined the world. No, I'm just kidding.
yeah,
But
but yeah, it's things like that, man. We lack a lot of mechanics and things like that in the world. So
yeah, and that's the truth. A lot of people want to go to college, want to do this. Go to trade school.
yeah,
Plumbers and stuff like that are making $100,000 out of trade school
because nobody wants to do the job,
and you can be 18 and just go to trade school, and it's not that long.
Yeah,
and then you're walking away making $100,000 a year.
Exactly. Yeah.
Blue collar jobs, man. They're tough jobs, but they pay so well. Oil rigs, stuff like that.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
got buddies who work out in oil rigs in like Cali, making money.
I believe it.
I know a guy who's a works at the oil rigs, but he's like a diver welder. I don't know what it's called. Like, but he's a diver that welds like underwater, an underwater welder.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's just
if you want to make you're good. If you want to make a lot of money, you got to do the things that people don't want to do, because that's how you're gonna make a lot of money.
What was that one show? Dirty Jobs. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Mm-mm.
No way you don't know this. He would just do like the dirtiest jobs like possible. I'm telling you. Oh,
it was a main character, main person on the
and he'd
show.
go out to like places. I think it was like on, I want to say like History Channel or something. I don't know, some.
Yeah.
But
some show
he'd go out and just do like dirty job, like the guys who work at like sewage plants.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I couldn't.
Yeah.
I don't got the stomach for it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
he just do it.
I used to want to artificially,
episode.
A different one every episode. But I used to want to artificially inseminate cows. Hey,
why?
There's money in it, man.
Yeah, but like, why that?
What? I don't know, man. I was in middle school, man. I don't know. I heard about it once, and I was like, But it's a crazy process. Have you ever watched a YouTube video? It's a crazy process.
Yeah.
Like you're arm deep in a cow. Like
that's crazy.
Man. And you have to like take a turkey baster and like turkey based cows or bull semen into a cow. Yeah, man. But there's money to be made.
Yeah.
I couldn't be the guy collecting the sperm. No. Couldn't do that. Mm-hmm. And like that's like guys who do horse intubation. I don't know what is it, or insemination. Crazy process. Yeah, I just couldn't. But cow.
Why For some reason, that just sparked the interest.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, man. Because I used to want to live on I still want to live on a farm. Yeah, right? Not a farm, right? Because I don't want like.
You just
farms
want a lot
have
of
like
land.
Yes, I want land.
A couple of animals.
Not a couple, man. I want a herd of cows.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I want a ranch. That's the difference, right? Yeah, farms have crops. Mm. Ranches have animals.
Animals and mostly cattle.
Yeah. I want a camel.
A camel?
Yeah.
Why?
Why not, man? Who do you know who has a camel?
Yeah, sure. Touche.
What does camel says like elegance, like ride up in my camel?
I don't know. I mean, that's.
I want horses too. Yeah, I want horses. I love horseback riding. Have you ever been horseback riding?
Only in the little carnival things.
Oh man, we have to go horseback riding, and we can talk about it on the podcast. But
sure.
Horseback riding, we went horseback riding in Branson in the mountains, hills, whatever they are. Beautiful. Me and Caitlin went when we ran away. Of course, that's how it works. But yeah, man, we went horseback riding out there, and it was fun. Caitlin got scared. Caitlin was on the brink of tears. Caitlin's afraid of horses, right? And my biggest thing about, me and Caitlin's relationship is I'm gonna teach you stuff. Yeah. I'm gonna teach you, like in this case, overcoming your fears, right? Before she didn't know where we were going. I've already known she's afraid of horses. Yeah. And so she already told me she wouldn't go horseback riding. She got on the horse. And so she gets there and she's like deathly petrified of like the horse, like is hesitant to even get on, right? And it's like trying to talk me out of it. I'm like, I already paid for this.
Yeah, you're
We're
not
getting
gonna
on these
talk
horses.
me out. Yeah.
And so I think she gets on first and she's already scared. And then I get on and we're going and everything's fine, right? She's like petting the horse. The horse is doing fine. And then at the end, we're going back to like the base camp or whatever. And we start like galloping, like going fast. And me and the guy who's like leading us through the like trail, we take off, right? And so I'm like, right? And we're just going. Caitlin, all I hear is, wait! Right? We get back and I said, was it that bad? She said, I almost fell off. Right? And so, but we got in the car and I was like, so you said, I said you were still afraid when we came in here. I said, was there anything to be afraid of? Did you fall? Did you hurt yourself? No. I said, see, there's dangers in everything, but sometimes you have to take the risk.
Right, yeah. And the sooner you realize that, the more you'll be able to experience more things.
I want to go skydiving.
Yeah, me too. Is there anything that you are afraid of?
Abandonment. No.
That comes with trauma too.
Yeah, it does come with trauma. I have daddy issues. No. No, I do.
Yeah,
but yeah. What am I afraid? Like animals? Blue whales.
Blue whales, yeah. That could be a big a big fear.
But not why you think.
Why?
Okay. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I have a fear of like being crushed by blue whale penis.
What?
In the ocean. I'm not even kidding. Like this, I've been in the ocean and I've been on a boat in the ocean, and the entire time that I'm sitting there with my little Michelob Ultra drinking, right? The whole time I'm just thinking, boy, a blue whale's gonna come out, right? Because blue whales have 18-foot penises, and yeah. So, but what they do is they like a pod of them chase a female, will touch the female, then swim in the other direction, like I don't know, 50 miles, 50 meters, whatever it is, right? And then swim back full speed, while she turns up upside down on the top of the water. He swims down, swims up, jumps up in the air, and just boom, one pump dump, right? And so
that's crazy.
The fear, dude. Have you ever seen a blue whale penis?
No.
Look it up.
Okay.
No, look it up.
I can live without seeing
it looks like a cone, right? Like, it's scary, man. Because imagine you were just sitting on a boat drinking your beer.
And
Next
you
thing you know,
a tap.
No, not a tap. 18 foot.
No, I'm talking about because you said they'll touch you and then
just
go the opposite way.
And so the next thing
that's
you know,
the first red flag. I'm like, no,
boom.
we gotta go.
You're just like, boom. Oh, current got rough, right? It's not gonna be some crazy thing, right?
Yeah,
and so next thing you know, and you're just looking up, and just hard 18
whale
foot,
penis.
just boom, just land on you.
Yeah, that's crazy.
What, like, my eulogy is gonna be like crazy. Tristan lived a great life.
Yeah, got crushed by a whale penis. They probably wouldn't even say that. Just say they got crushed by a whale.
But everybody would know.
Yeah, what actually happened. You think
somebody was recording.
Yeah.
Somebody had a GoPro. Something.
Yeah.
And everybody's going to see the video of me getting crushed by a whale penis. And I'm not okay with that.
They're either going to see it come down on you, or they're just going to see the video of them looking up at it.
And if it
doesn't,
doesn't land on us, like, and it just like sideswipes me, just, bro.
Bro, that's crazy.
And then I'm going to be in therapy.
Yeah, because you got PTSD.
From getting smacked by a whale penis. Yeah, man. That's genuinely, and that might be an irrational fear, like, oh, that the chances of that ever happening are so slim. Dude, there's a chance.
Mm-hmm.
I'll still go in the ocean.
Yeah.
But I'm in the back of my mind, I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
Do you have any fears of animals?
I don't know, man. Because like you said, with horseback riding and skydiving, man, I'll do all that. Like, I don't think there's anything that's really holding me back. If we're going to talk about fears like that, then, oh, man. I don't know, bro. I can't think of nothing. I can't think of nothing that scares me.
Yeah, man. I'll do a lot of things, man. But I'll do anything. I'll try anything once, and that's the truth.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm scared of like getting swallowed by a whale. Like if I just turn around, there's a big whale just just
Yo,
coming
bro.
at me. I'd be scared as AF for real. But like,
Yeah, man. I like not in like a like excursion or any like book thing, but I
yeah,
swim
yeah,
with sharks. I touched a shark. There's a video of it somewhere.
cool.
Yeah, there was when I was scuba diving one time. Yeah, there was a shark. I've seen sea turtles. I've seen barracuda. Barracuda are creepy though. Like I wouldn't say I'm scared of them. Like I don't think one would attack. They could attack me. I don't know. But I don't think one would attack me just because I don't know. But they swim crazy fast. Like pretty fast.
If you have to put it in into perspective of how fast a barracuda could swim, how fast? Like,
Oh, I don't know. I don't know how.
like
Faster than me, man.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
I swim fast. Like I'm a fast swimmer. Like I should have been on the swim team. Like I'm really quick. Like and I'm a really strong swimmer. Like we've talked about going scuba diving. You'll see. I can hold my breath a long time.
Yeah.
Slow my heart rate and everything, man. I'm just perfect with it. I don't know. Maybe I was supposed to be a fish. I don't know.
For real, in another
Possibly.
life.
Yeah. And another like. Oh, here's a good question. Do you believe in like the multiverse?
No.
No?
No, I don't.
It'd be
Do
cool.
you?
No, I do not believe in it, but I think it'd be cool.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it'd be cool if like you could just like Rick and Morty. Have you ever seen Rick and Morty?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, I love Rick and Morty. Right?
Yeah.
So I could just portal to another world where there's me and he's like,
you know what's crazy though?
a bird or something.
A bird.
Yeah, like because there's a Morty that's a hammer.
Yeah, true.
Right, so there's Morty from a world where there's just where everyone's hammers. Right,
It's crazy though because in every universe, Rick is feared. Everybody's like, "Nah, you don't want to mess with Rick." And shoot, now I think they all
Don't
know
ruin it. I've just started the show.
You just started it?
I'm on season 3.
Oh man, I thought you had like watched it.
No, I have not watched it.
Okay, well I won't say too much. Yeah, it's crazy.
Pickle Rick was.
Yeah.
He was
He was a fun guy.
He was a go, man. Hey, I don't know how he got them rats to just like give up their body parts. No, I'm just kidding. But, yeah, man. I forgot my train of thought, but that's okay.
Yeah, we was talking about multiverses and things.
Oh yeah,
like
because of the multiverse, right? I don't believe in it, but I think it'd be cool.
You think Bigfoot is real?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I hear a bunch of stuff about like I've never done my own research.
No, I haven't done my own research, but
Yeah.
I think if people have been seeing this whatever phenomenon, you believe in aliens?
No, I don't. Do you?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because the government said there are.
Yeah.
That's the truth. It's every single government has announced that at one point it was every government but the U.S. and then the U.S. finally came out and said it and said they have evidence of extraterrestrial. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Do you think the moon landing was real?
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, dude, like they're coming out saying that nobody's like went to space and things like that. What do you think?
I don't know, man.
You think people have been to space?
I don't know, man. Is the Earth flat?
Yeah, for real. Because at this point, if nobody's went to space, how do we know?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think the Earth is round, but
I think the Earth is round, but
yeah,
I'm not a flat Earth.
Yeah, like, for real. I have to clear that
up.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, like, you only know what they tell you, man.
Yeah, for real.
That's the truth. They paint whatever story they want.
Yeah.
Right, and so, do I know the Earth is round 100% for a fact? No.
No, yeah.
I've never seen it from.
We just believe in old Christopher Columbus and whatever he had to say.
Oh, there's a good question. Columbus Day.
Uh-huh.
Do you think? Do you know that some people don't call it Columbus Day, right?
Uh,
It's called Indigenous People.
yeah,
Yeah,
Indigenous Day or something like that.
Indigenous People Day,
Yeah,
as in like
the Native
Native
Americans. Yeah,
Americans, Aztecs, all them.
yeah, rightfully so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
I guess it just depends on how you look at it. I don't know. I'd have to say it's indigenous.
yeah, I
Whatever
went to.
day,
Yeah.
yeah. Because I mean, those history books aren't telling the whole truth. You
No,
know what I'm
the whole
saying?
truth is
Yeah.
and that's the thing. And I don't care what people think.
Mhm.
The way that like the white man came in and just wiped out Indians, crazy.
Yeah.
That's genocide.
Yeah.
That's
Just
the
like
Holocaust.
yeah, exactly. I was about to
right?
say, just like
So
the Holocaust.
if we have a problem with the Holocaust
then
and
why don't we have a
the
problem with
mass
that?
murdering Jews, but it's okay for but that's history. That's just in the
Yeah,
past.
right.
No, it didn't make it okay.
Exactly.
I'd say give it all back to them.
Yeah.
Let the Native Americans
Truthfully.
run this
Yeah.
shit.
They should have. Yeah.
like
Imagine what'd be different now.
there'd be less casinos.
Less casino.
No, as funny as it is true though,
Yeah.
right? Maybe everything would be a casino. There'd be a casino in every city. Weed would be legalized.
If the Native Americans ruled the land,
Yeah, you like
there'd
most.
be less casinos or more.
I don't know. What do you think? Because
I don't know.
a lot of casinos are on Indian reservations,
Yeah.
but that's how they make money.
But they're put up by the white man.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
The casinos aren't.
Yep, most casinos are ran by tribes.
Huh.
I'm pretty sure.
I didn't know that.
Let me fact check this.
Yeah. We don't want to spread no false words.
It's okay. In 2020, there were 524 tribal casinos operating in 29 states. Here we go. Tribal gaming generated 44% of all annual gaming revenue in the U.S.
44%.
Yep.
So, in
Not
the
majority.
US,
Not majority, but that's quite a bit.
yeah. So,
And that's in revenue. There's no telling how many. I don't know. There's 500 and some odd casinos.
What's the source from?
American Gaming Association. Yeah, tribal industry has grown from small bingo halls of the late 1970s to the global event centers of thousands of slot machines, table games, and hotel rooms seen today. 250 tribes operate 515 tribal casinos or other gaming locations across the country. And prior to the pandemic, tribal... Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think Columbus Day should be known as Indigenous Day.
Yeah.
And there's on that day on Snapchat they have filters that say it's indigenous. Correct me if I'm saying it wrong. I just
indigenous. That's how you say it. Indigenous. Indigenous people.
Indigenous.
There you go. Indigenous people.
Indigenous. Okay, I'll say it better now.
Define it.
Huh?
What was the definition?
Let's see. There was two. Definition number 1, originating or occurring naturally in a particular place, native. Number 2, inhabiting or existing in a land from the earliest times or from before the arrival of the colonists. So, yeah.
Have you heard about the island, like the most dangerous island of people? It's off the shore of, I want to say, India. Nobody's ever been there. I think there was one person who was ever been there, and he was giving them coconuts and stuff. But I'm telling you, it's an island. North Sentinel Islands. Off of... Yep. It's off of India. North Sentinel Island. There's videos of these people, right? And they'll yell at, try to shoot arrows at planes, helicopters, stuff like that. And they've never had any human contact with the outside world.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
There's an entire...
Imagine that.
The Indian Navy patrols it, make sure nobody goes there and messes with them because it's dangerous. They'll kill you. Somebody died there.
I believe it.
Because they tried to make contact. It was a minister went tried to make contact with these people and didn't make it back.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild.
There's people who eat people,
Cannibals.
cannibalistic tribes, and like the it's a rainforest. Amazon. I think it's the Amazon.
Amazon rainforest.
Yeah. I think I'm pretty sure. Yeah, man. I couldn't do it. I couldn't eat somebody, man. I couldn't.
No.
Even end of the world, I couldn't. Like zombie apocalypse broke out right now, couldn't eat somebody.
Yeah.
I'd be at the zoo.
Yeah.
I'd be eating tiger. I'll eat tiger, some elephant. I'll eat all the crazy animals, but I couldn't eat a person. I couldn't be like, yo, come here, man.
Yeah, for real. And it's the fact that it's like with any other animal, you have to fight for it.
Oh yeah.
It's like you eat me or I eat you, and I ain't gonna be eating. So
No,
yeah,
I couldn't.
that's crazy.
Yeah, man. What would you do when zombie apocalypse broke out right now? Do you think there is a possibility of zombies?
No, I don't. I think if something like that were to happen, it would be the rapture, and I pray to God I'd be gone by then.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah, for real.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to have to figure that out. So, but no, we were talking about like video games, zombies, and things like that. Man, what would I do if it happened? Yeah, I'd pray, pray, and I mean, if the zombie apocalypse broke out, it's practically the purge. Really, you what you buying? Everything's
I'm not
free
buying
now.
nothing. Yeah, I ain't
Exactly.
buying
Yeah.
nothing.
So I'm finna run straight to the gun store and
Yeah.
I'm finna pack up as much as I can.
Oh yeah.
For real.
Yeah, man. And what kind of zombies would you like? If you had to pick the type of zombie you were fighting, right? Because I don't want easy zombies, right? I don't want like Walking Dead. Walking Dead has like lame zombies, like, but I don't want like Left 4 Dead.
Yeah.
Because imagine like finding a witch. Did you play Left 4 Dead?
I played a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't remember the witch in it.
Yeah. No, man. I need like a middle ground.
Yeah. I don't know. Like if we're talking about like Black Ops zombies where they run and stuff like that, I couldn't run for a long time.
You couldn't?
No.
I'm
like I can run for a good amount of time, but they don't have no stamina. Like
you just gotta run long enough to shoot, man.
Yeah, that's all that matters. Shoot, if that's the case, because they scream, they gonna scream when they run. And so
Oh yeah,
it's like
I'm telling you, I'll be in the truck.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll be in the truck and I'm making my bumper with spikes on it. I'm running.
Yeah.
Stick shit. They're gonna hear me coming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You think not zombies? You think vampires are real?
No, not at all.
What if they were?
What if they were?
I think I could be a badass vampire slayer.
Yeah. Like, you watch Vampire Diaries?
No.
No.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Who's that? Michael. Mike. I think it's Michael.
Don't know.
Not that far.
Never got that far.
Oh,
I know Stefan and I know Damon and I know what's that blonde chick's name? I know Elena.
Yeah,
I know Elena.
I don't
I've been to the
blonde chick's
Vampire
name.
Diaries house.
Yeah.
Yeah, we drove past it. I think it's Georgia. I think it's in Georgia.
That's cool.
On the way to the cruise.
Heck yeah. No, bro, I have no idea what her name is. I forgot.
Claire? No.
I don't know. I know the doppelgangers is Elena and Catherine.
Yeah.
I don't know why I can't think of her name right now.
Yeah. If you had to choose, would you rather be a werewolf or a vampire? And I feel like we'll say Twilight, right? You can change on command, like that kind of werewolf. Because I feel like if you was just full moon, like that's not fun. Like that's kind of lame. I wouldn't want to be that type of werewolf, 100%.
Yeah.
And those all seem painful, like really painful. Like it's just like, yeah, no. So like we'll go off Twilight based.
Yeah. Oh man, but I don't know, cause with Twilight you can change on command and it's not painful. I don't know what all the perks are for being a vampire in Twilight though.
You're shiny. I don't know. You're fast. You have like super hearing.
So the same thing as werewolf.
I don't know what else.
I don't know, man. I guess it's just the difference of if you want to be. I would be werewolf.
I would be a werewolf.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah, for real. It's just that dog in me.
Yeah.
For
No.
real. Have you ever beat the zombies game in Black Ops? Like
No.
any one of them?
No.
Yeah, me neither. The only, as far as I've gotten, is only to like getting the electric man out, like turning the power on, getting the electric man out. This is Black Ops 2 Transit, but getting the electric man,
Nope.
and getting it. You never
Nope.
gotten that far?
Never made that far.
Wow, really?
Yeah. But we hop in MW3 zombies. I'm a goat,
Yeah.
man. I'm goated.
Nah, with I love MW3's what is it called?
Oh, you're talking about
Infected.
old MW3. I'm talking about just dropped MW3.
Oh, no, yeah, I'm talking about old MW3.
Yeah. I wasn't big
I
on
love the
COD growing
Infected.
up, actually.
Really?
No.
Man, that's crazy. So we just like switched because I don't ever play now.
Yeah. I was big on, I guess I was like Advanced Warfare. I played COD, but I just wasn't big into it.
Mm-hmm.
I was big on like GTA, and I played Minecraft
Yeah.
when that was like big.
Mm.
Is Minecraft still big? I feel like
I
I'm
don't know.
old for asking that.
Yeah.
But like I was like,
I don't
but
know, man.
Minecraft was so weird because it was like that was all like pre-release. Like that wasn't the full game. That was still like
Yeah.
in like beta phase.
Yeah, it was like demo or whatever, something like that.
Yeah, which is crazy. Like
Yeah.
now the full game is released.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I
I
wasn't
don't
big
know,
in.
man. I feel like because my brother is older than me. He's almost in his 40s or whatever. So he had like Sega Genesis and the PlayStation 1 and like the
GameCube.
GameCube, stuff like that.
Mom
Yeah.
had a
So
GameCube.
yeah. So I grew up playing those games. I think I stopped playing games like when Black Ops 3 dropped. And that was a long time ago. So I haven't really been playing since.
Here's a question: do you think violent games create violent people? Violent movies, violent games,
It depends. Yeah, I think when
or are these people just crazy? I
they're
wouldn't say
probably,
crazy, but
yeah, they're like they can be crazy, insane, whatever. It's like a switch just happens and then they just change. I think it can influence like people to switch like that. And I think it could play a big part, like, and like if kids were to get a hands on games like that, like in their development and things like that. But I mean,
normalize like violence.
yeah, and I mean, some situations that some people would never play, like touch the game or anything like that, or even seen any movies like that. And I guess it's just one day they just switch, or maybe they're just so smart that they like think of different things like that, like that that show your mom watches. It's like Doctor Doom or Doctor Death or something like that, and like he got to be knowing what he's doing. Like he's a surgeon, and every person he operates on either dies or leaves with a bunch of like problems. Like somebody that was like perfectly fine. Your mom was telling me about this. Somebody that's perfectly fine or whatever, they just had a certain problem that they wanted fixed or something like that. Dude operated on him and they were like buddies, like good friends. Operated on him, got him out. He was like paralyzed from like the bottom half down, I think. And then it was like, no, we're gonna do it again. And then he was completely paralyzed, like after the second surgery. So he was telling people, like the doctor was like, no, I don't know that guy. Like just like completely disowning him.
That's
And
crazy.
yeah, and dude was like kind of slurring his words, but he was like, 8 ball. Like he like finally got it out, 8 ball. And then they're like, 8 ball. And he was like, yeah, doctor and I like 8 ball. We play 8 ball. So like the night before his surgery, they was playing pool together. So that's his story's not adding up. So he's like, nah, that guy's crazy. I've never been hang out
That's
with him.
wild.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. That's crazy.
Here's a good question. I think you were just jumping around topic to topic, right?
Yeah.
But do you want extraditional circumstances.
What is that?
So, like,
Elaborate.
if you walked out of here and you got into a car crash, right? And would you want to be hooked up to machines afterward? Like,
Oh, like be on like life support.
yeah, like life
kinda?
support type
Yeah,
of thing.
that's kind of hard to say because I mean, I don't know if all right. If I were just to come off with a straight answer, no, I wouldn't. Like, because if my life is practically over and I have to be in that situation where I'm on hooked up to cord and stuff like that, like I'm bedridden for the rest of my life, what's the point of me being alive?
So, okay, you're saying like long term,
Yeah.
right? So, then I'll give you my answer then. 3 days. Give me 3 days, unplug that plug. If I don't stay alive,
Mm-hmm.
my time to go.
Yeah,
God's
for
calling
real.
me home.
Yeah,
I'm
like,
out.
Yeah,
No.
don't waste my time, please. Like, I
Right.
don't want to be stuck to a bed for 50 years the rest of my life, you know what I'm saying, and then end up dying that way anyways. It's just
Yeah.
a waste of time. You might as well take me out now.
So with faith and everything, do you want to donate your organs?
No, I don't.
Is that because of faith?
No. I actually don't know what faith has to say about that.
Yeah.
Do you?
No, I don't.
Yeah, I'm
Genuinely.
not sure. With me, I mean, I'm sure it's noble and things like that. And I mean, obviously, it'll help other people's lives. You know what I mean? But I don't want that to be the reason you just give up on me. You know what I mean? Because in a lot of cases, they're like they rush the process because I mean, obviously, your organs will like it's less likely
Yeah.
to perform on somebody else. You know what I mean? But there's still a chance for you. Like if you decide like end up waking up and things like that, then you have that chance. So I guess with me saying that I don't want to be stuck to the bed for the rest of my life, then I might as well be an organ donor because I have like you said 3 days, just take me out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
And that's within the window of donation.
yeah,
That's my thing is
yeah,
if I have no brain activity for 3 days, and I say that as they don't have hope of it,
yeah,
right? They don't think I'll recover,
yeah,
right? If they think, no, he can recover from this once a day, give me time.
yeah, for real.
When they say, okay, we don't think he's going to come back from this, give me 3 days. Give me 3 days. If 3 days I don't have any brain activity, pull the plug. If I can survive, I can survive. If not, donate my organs.
Right, yeah.
Like
I said, I feel like the
and only donate my internal organs. Do not donate my skin. Do not donate my eyes.
right, yeah, because you still want your funeral and things like that
Yep.
out of like respect and things like that. But yeah, like I said, I don't want that to be the deciding factor whether they give up on me or not. Because sometimes there will be like, because God makes miracles all the time. You hear all the time where somebody has came back from the dead or came back from like he's not coming back situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So God can make something happen that the doctors can't predict. So with me being an organ donor, they're gonna well, I guess they'll pull the plug and then if I come back, I come back anyways. But they're gonna be more in a rush to get those organs out because of how long it'll take, like, you know, for it to go bad. So if I have that chance to survive, like it on God's timing, like, no, you're not ready yet. Come, like, go back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want them to rush like that decision, you know.
Yeah, I agree completely. Like I see your point of view.
Yeah.
But personally, I mean, I just think in those 3 days, I feel like if it's my time to go, it's my time to go. Like I'm not gonna. I don't want, and that's the whole thing, because I don't want it to be carried out. I don't want this to be this long thing where people are in a hospital for weeks or whatever it may be. I want, like, give me 3 days. Gives people time to fly in, say goodbye if that's what's happening. And if I can survive after that and they pull that plug and I'm breathing on my own, my heart's beating, whatever it may be, then great. If not, then God's made his decision and I'm living it up in heaven.
Yeah, exactly.
And
that's I went and got my new driver's license back in December or whatever. And like when they asked me that if I wanted to be an organ donor, I said no because of what I just said. But like I agree with what you're saying. Like I don't want to be on the thing for the rest of my life. You know what I mean? 3 days is good enough time for like me to want to be that way. You know what I mean? And
Like,
then, like you said, if God has other plans, then he'll make it happen. You know what I mean?
yeah, and that's like people who are in like comas for a long time, right? Where they have brain activity
Mm,
and just like a deep sleep. Again, 6 months is a long time to be hooked up to these
yeah,
machines. Where
it is.
Caitlin is gonna be, I know Caitlin well enough to know that she's gonna just be trying to stay at this hospital for 6 months straight, and
Mm,
she'll derail her life to do this.
right.
And
Yeah.
so, why would I want to do that to someone I love?
Right.
Like, why?
And then not only that, they're gonna feel obligated to because even if they know that you wouldn't want them to, everybody else is gonna judge you for not doing it. It's like that's your husband. You're not gonna go be with him that whole time. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just that judgment. It's like, man, like even if you don't like if you know he would she even if she knows that you wouldn't want her to, she would probably feel pressured and like guilty if she
Oh
didn't,
yeah.
you know. So I don't know. It's a hard decision, man.
Yeah. Man, I just and that all and that's one thing that's crazy is coming back from that, right? Because
Right.
if Caitlin, God forbid, if Caitlin died, that'd break me. Like that. Yeah, that would be a
Yeah.
tough one.
Uh-huh.
And to roll back to where we started, like again, I'd be low. Like that's something hard to recover from. Like
Yeah.
how do you see the good in that?
Right. Yeah.
Like, and that's one thing. You hear all the time when people like die during child labor. That's one thing that's like a real fear of mine. Like genuinely, you talking about what am I afraid of? I'm genuinely afraid like that something bad will happen during childbirth,
Me too.
and I'll be alone to raise a baby. Man, I got a
Yeah.
lot of knowledge, a
Yeah.
lot, but I'm not a perfect person, and
Right.
and I know how my childhood played an effect on me, and I would be so afraid to do that same thing to a baby or
Right.
do it to a child.
Yeah.
And so I don't know, man. And she got away with kids, and she tells me all the time I'd be a great dad and this, that, and another. And I know I'll be a great dad, but when that happens, you step into a place of two roles. Man, I don't know if I can be a mom too.
Right. Yeah.
I'm
Truthfully, you can't. Like
yeah.
like men cannot be the mother. Like and women can't be the dad. There's just some things that you can't do that the other could and like would be able to provide for the child. And even in the same situation that you're talking about, that's a big fear of mine too, because we know that Savannah struggles with high blood pressure and things like that. So she could, God forbid, things happen like that, and I already have one son. So with my next one coming, if I were to lose her and my next son would come, I'd be a single dad of two sons. You know what I mean? And I would hate that. It'd just be a tragedy.
I'm moving in, dog. We
Yeah,
raising these boys
for
together,
real,
man.
yeah.
No.
But it takes a village to raise children anyways, truthfully. But I would be grieving the loss of my best friend, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like my partner, my wife, you know what I'm saying? Like the only person that truly loved me for me, because my mom, that she loves me, I'm her son. My dad loves me, I'm his son. My sister loves me because I'm her brother. Like same with brother, I'm his brother. My wife just never knew me. She never had no connection to me, but she loved me for me. And
Yeah.
that's why she was with me. My sons are gonna love me because I'm their dad, but she is the only one that loved me for me. So
Yeah.
for me to lose the same person that loved me for me and I loved her for
Yeah, who
her.
chooses to love you, like,
Yeah.
despite anything,
Yeah,
any problem or
exactly.
anything like
Yeah.
that.
It'd be devastating. It's a hard thing to come by. And I truly applaud the people that like do make that happen for their children. They like push through it every day and they just lost their partner or wherever it may be. And I have a teacher named Miss Perez that she passed away in that same circumstance. But it's just so much, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it if I had to choose, like if the doctors asked me, I'd have to pick. I have to be selfish and pick Savannah. Truthfully.
Yeah, and me and Caitlin have had this conversation, right? And I already told Caitlin this is we have to, and when we had this conversation, we have to have this conversation because I can't make this decision. Like this has to be a decision that you make because either way I'll feel guilty if I know that I did what you felt was best. Then 100% I can stand by that. Right? I can stand by the decision you're at peace with. So if Caitlin was to be like, no, I want you to choose the baby, she's at peace with that. She's made amends with that. I'll respect her decision 100%. Caitlin does not want me to pick the baby. Caitlin wants me to pick her. It used to be that she wanted me to pick the baby, right? We haven't talked about it in a while. I don't know what her standpoint is in this moment, but last time we talked about it, she wants me to pick her, right?
I'll pick her.
Yeah, pick her.
Yeah.
And
that's
so
how Savannah is too.
Yeah, and so, but with that, now I've just placed the burden of that decision on her.
Yeah.
Right, because she's made her peace with this, right? Like I respected her decision because I couldn't, man. I couldn't. They would walk in that, and I'd be like, nose goes. I'm telling you, if me and Caitlin never had this conversation, I would not make the decision.
Yeah, and it's important to have that conversation because you just never know. There's so many things that could go wrong with childbirth and like labor and delivery and things like that.
Yeah, man.
It's sad, really.
It is, and that's from conception all the way up until a baby is past infant age, past the window of SIDS, man. SIDS is crazy. SIDS is sad. Like it's really sad. Like I went to school to be an EMT. I did my clinicals, right? And we went to a SIDS case and we sat there for 4 hours while this mom just held her baby, which is heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Like that is like I will never forget the emotion you could feel in that room, and there's nothing you can say, there's nothing you can do. You just sit there.
Yeah. And there's things, and I'm not saying this because she didn't do it or whatever, but I'm saying there's things that can help prevent it, but it doesn't completely take away that chance. Regardless, there's always a chance of SIDS. And even with Zaylin and things like that, we go to sleep every night. Like we do the things that like we hear or we know that will help prevent it and things like that. But it could happen to any of us. It could happen to us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's just that fear that we have to live with up until like he like passes that age that they're like less likely to get it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's a real fear, man. It's crazy.
And with all this, I hope this is the month. Caitlin was ovulating a few days ago, right? Hope this is the month. I pray to God this is the month. I've been praying every day because...
Yeah, I'm praying for you guys, man, for real.
It's been a long journey.
Yeah.
It's been almost a year of trying consecutively month after month, and we've been taking all of our vitamins, all of our stuff, and, praying, and I hope this is it, man.
Yeah.
And we've been taking ovulation tests, and so we know for a fact that she was ovulating.
The time, yeah.
Yes. Know for a fact, 100% certainty.
Yeah, and I'm praying for you guys, man.
You want to know what a really strange process was?
What?
So we did an at-home sperm count test.
How is that go?
Bro, while this thing, let me just tell you, we still live with the parents because I've been living with them since I've been back with my deployment, trying to get all finances and stuff squared away. So we did this at the parents' house in the middle of the night. So we went to Walgreens. We grabbed this at-home sperm test kit, whatever it is. Right? Basically, it counts your sperm count. Yeah. So we get home with this test, and we're just reading the instructions, and you have to ejaculate into a cup.
Okay.
Bro.
So you did said thing.
No, bro. No. So it was weird, man. Caitlin was in the room. I wasn't going to, I couldn't sit here and masturbate with Caitlin in the room. It was weird for me. Right? And so.
Because I'm sure if like you did it any other way, it would mess it up.
And yeah. Well.
Mess up the test because of like saliva or other things, you know.
We'll get to that part.
Okay.
All right. So, but if Caitlin was just in the living room while I was in the bathroom or in the bedroom trying to get sperm in this cup, it'd be weird, right? So going to the bathroom, which is right next to the parents' room, weird, right? It's weird to masturbate in the bathroom next to your parents. I don't know. Made me uncomfortable, right? Doesn't feel right. And so I'm struggling because I'm like, I can't. Like, there's no way. And so me and Caitlin are trying to discuss it, and she's like, okay, this is what we'll do, right? Because you can't have lube, you can't have lotion. And those were the only two things. I was like, okay. So it doesn't say anything about spit.
Yeah.
But we got to make sure it's like not getting in the cup.
Yeah.
Right? So it doesn't like dilute it.
Yeah.
Right? And so I don't know if you've ever done this. You've never done this, have you?
Not the test, no.
No. Right. So it's weird. Not the test.
No.
So we're like, okay, so you'll give me head right until the brink, right? Wipe it off, and then we'll get it in the cup.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, first of all, it's unpredictable, right? Because it's like, it's just unpredictable, right? It just gets a little weird.
Mm-hmm.
So then we finally get it in the cup, right? And we're reading the instructions, like figure out how long we have to have it in this cup. So you have to have it sit for like 15, 20 minutes and wait for it to get watery. If it's not watery, you have to wait a longer time and then come back and wait for it to get watery. You test it, right? Sperm count's fine, whatever, right? But the process to get it was weird because I'm like, because I know, like, and this is where like sex and all this stuff is a mental game too, because I know that I have to put this in a cup. And it's so uncomfortable. Like, it's the most uncomfortable thing I've ever experienced. Take that back. Not the most uncomfortable thing.
Yeah.
I got choked out. Which is still not the most uncomfortable thing I've ever been in. But, yeah, man. I knew where this had to go and where this was going. And it just made it complicated, man. And I was just like, yeah. So... But yeah, we've been taking vitamins and all this to get pregnant, and so I hope this is the month. And
yeah, me too.
Yeah, and it's taken a lot of resiliency to get through this because, man, it gets to you when you're trying and you're taking vitamins and you're calculating ovulation and you're doing these tests and you're
trying to do everything
ejaculating
right
into a cup and all of these things. You're doing all of the right things to.
And even
make
things
this
you
happen.
wouldn't expect you'd have to do, you know what I mean? You're taking the extra step.
Ejaculating into a cup.
Yeah.
Like, I'm almost 23 years old.
Yeah.
Why the heck did I have to nut in a cup, man?
Yeah, to get this happy,
But it was fine. I didn't have to.
Yeah.
Come to find out, the test was all good, and my sperm count was great, so I nutted in the cup for no reason.
Yeah.
And
At
so,
least you know now.
Yeah, man, it was just... And you have to wait 48 hours before you take the test from your last ejaculation.
Wow, really?
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sperm count is weird, man. Obviously you tried to get pregnant and you guys kind of did your research. Sperm count is weird, man. Like, how does me waiting 2 days affect my sperm count that much?
Mm.
Like, but if I have sex every day, there's still a chance I get pregnant. But how does that 2-day window, like, your sperm count's the highest or whatever, but, like, yeah, man, it's just weird. And it just takes a lot to just keep trying, man. And so if it doesn't work this time, we're officially going to an OB, and
figuring out what needs to be done.
yeah, because something has to be wrong.
Yeah.
Because we caught it right on the dot, man. Like, and did everything right. And so if it doesn't work, man, we're gonna have to go, and that's gonna be, like, and so.
Yeah, I pray this is you guys' moment.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
I really do appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
And it does mean a lot. And yeah. And with that being said, this has been
another
episode
of Brotherly Beliefs.
Yeah, man. And we're on TikTok, we're on Facebook, we're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. Check them all out. Give them all some love. Comment. I think next episode we should do a Q&A type thing. I think we should share a post and just get everybody's questions, comments, and concerns, and get some of those answered and see where we go from there.
Yeah. We appreciate you guys for sticking in with us, you know what I mean? And it's been a fun ride, and it's going to continue to be a good ride, man.
Alrighty, and that's until next time. See you guys later.